Network here with today's flip file on site for a new build project. And talking dumps, we got a big dumpster here, and you can learn a lot about a job and a contractor by checking out his dumpster. This one is massively over full and should have been pulled days, if not a week or more ago. Quick plug for American Disposal Services, by the way. They're reasonably priced, very responsive, and usually pretty responsible about where and how they offload and take on or pull their dumpsters. So feel free to give them a shout for all of your dumpster needs. But the issue I have is primarily that this dumpster is way over full. And we can see a few things in here that are going to make it not only over full, but overweight. He's got concrete in there, old buckets that were used for mixing concrete. He's got block in there, and a lot more of it in the bottom because I saw it going in, and I just know that this is going to be way overweight. Should only be $300 or $400 to pull a decent sized dumpster and dump it, but they go by weight. When you show up at the dump where these go and you're massively overweight, they start charging you by the pound, so you're going to have hundreds of dollars in overage fees on top of this. Now I'm going to make the contractor eat those fees because it was his responsibility to make sure that they used proper number of dumpsters and adequately used them, but it's going to be a problem. It's a waste of money, and it's something that could be better managed if you just pay attention to it. Speaking of things that can be better managed if you pay attention to them, another thing you can see by looking at a contractor's dumpster is when and how they're using and perhaps wasting material. So here I see a bunch of 2x4s, which is not surprising. We just finished framing this house and are getting ready to start hanging drywall. So this is when you're going to see the most of your framing debris, but an awful lot of framing, including some nice tongue and groove that probably went here in our tongue and groove porch ceiling. Some HVAC box. That one I actually know was a piece of rework that we requested, so not a huge deal there, but could indicate that somebody did something they weren't supposed to do, damaged somebody else's stuff, and that could result in chargebacks that you may be asked to pay for as an owner, when you might want to find out who was responsible for damaging somebody else's stuff and making it so that it had to be torn out and redone. I've got a lot of shingle here. Those are cedar shake siding bits. Yeah, okay, if it's a few pieces, not a big deal. If it's boxes of stuff, number one, why did you order so much? Number two, why are you throwing away boxes of good material? If you're just too lazy to take it back and try to get a credit or a refund, then don't do that, right? If those refunds can come back to you as the owner, you want to make sure they're taking those. So we've got some explaining to do here as to some of this material, as to why it ended up in the dumpster. Speaking of things that end up in the dumpster, I can just tell you, if you're going to have a dumpster on your site, you're going to get dumped on. For instance, this is a newly constructed house. Nobody in here has been watching TV. But that bad boy showed up a couple days ago along with some other miscellaneous garbage, like this little pump over here and some other crap that got piled up over on the side that we've already tossed over in the side of your dumpster. Really not a whole lot you can do about it other than try to be quick about what you're doing and make sure that your dumpsters are getting pulled and removed and aren't sitting in front of your house if they don't absolutely need to be, so that people can see them as their own personal trash can. And start leaving things on your job site in front of your house. Just a word to the wise. So keep an eye on your trash. Keep an eye on your dumpsters. Make sure your contractors are doing the same, and you'll have a lot fewer headaches. It's your old flip file tip for the day. Check us out at CosInvestorNetwork.com for many more, and we will catch you next time. Thanks.